Hi, I'm Molly Marquis. I'm in Lucas Messer's Com 100 class. This is my vlog, my second vlog, about the cultural influences, the gender influences, and the Hugh Laurie being on the Ellen DeGeneres show that we watched. I thought it was really cool to watch because I love Hugh Laurie. I watch House all the time, and it was really interesting to kind of see him in a different light, just kind of, in a normal setting, just chit-chatting with Ellen, talking about different things like that. A lot about, obviously how different cultural influences can be when you're living in a different country. I thought when we were asked about the cultural influences, I think that culturally people differentiate between words quite frequently, and that can cause a severe roadblock in the communication process. Everyone designates and labels words and symbols and what have you differently than the next person. Especially when you're a different race, a different religion, or even a different culture just living in our country. Obviously, it's going to be a big shift. In addition, it's kind of way the words are used and how people, I guess, would say differentiate between one word in one culture to one word in another. For example, like the way words are used can change the meaning of how someone else interprets the word entirely, especially in the case where a word can change meaning over time. For example, many people use the word gay. I've even used it to describe something that's bad or unfortunate, when in fact it's referring to rather a happy emotion or a sexual preference. I think when it comes to a gender influence, you're talking about gender. I think when you're talking about gender, it influences a lot. It's influenced a lot because what's taken into consideration is that men and women have kind of been stereotyped into, I would say, two different categories of how women are supposed to communicate or men are supposed to communicate, as well as, what it is in reality, how, some women may have a job that most men think men should only have or women should only have. And, within that role, how they speak, how they should speak, how they should be spoken to, up or down to be, being spoken up to or spoken down to, being belittled, what have you. I think that women specifically, have kind of been stereotyped into two realms of communication. There's the woman that's a businesswoman that can only have, a business career and, a professional career. She can't have the at-home life. And so if she's the businesswoman, she's going to talk a certain way and almost be more masculine, more to the point, and I would say like more direct, like what men are often referred to when it's talking about communication styles. And I think, and then there's, the stay-at-home mom that's going to talk a certain way with their children and with her husband that comes home and whatnot. And then there's the men that I feel like are pretty much just put into one category. They're working, they're non-working, but they're all going to talk the same and be treated the same way, so on and so forth. I think the way that I'm going to use slang differently after kind of looking over the PowerPoint and reading the chapters, I kind of realized, I would honestly peg myself into two of those categories. I think I talk one way when I'm at work and I'm in a professional environment, and I talk an entirely different way when I'm, hanging out with my friends or out on the town, out having a drink, whatever. There's obviously, I'm going to filter a lot more of what I say and how I say it and what kind of slang I use and what terms I refer to when I'm in a place of work, compared to when I'm out with friends. I think that that's also really important, but I also think that I should kind of draw a fine line from where I, present myself in such a manner in one place and a little bit of lack therefore of in another. I'm going to try my best to be more of the person I am in the workplace than I am outside, because I think overall it presents a better picture, and I don't want to present myself in an unacceptable way or something that's offensive to anybody that's, in a different culture or a different religion or something that I didn't know I was offending. And so I think that that'll make a big difference in my verbal communication with, my friends, my family, and just somebody that I haven't met in general. Thanks.